Hi, I'm Jay Monte with TruFan Boxing. I'm joined here with Sean Sullivan of Boxing Digest. Sean, in 1956, there was a movie called The Harder They Fall. Now, it's some of the fighters are falling. They're in the process of falling, namely Ricky Hatton, Floyd Mayweather. Can you elaborate?
Right. Well, Ricky Hatton was caught on video using cocaine and subsequently went into rehab and from the fallout. And I mean, it was no secret that he had a fondness for alcohol. You know, he would always come out to the song Blue Moon, and that would be his favorite alcohol. But now we're seeing him using cocaine, and it's a sad story, and he's in rehab now, so hopefully things will turn out better.
Do you think he'll ever come back?
At this point, no. No, I mean, he's been talking about it for a while. His last fight was against Manny Pacquiao, which some people around him are tracing back to the start of his recent problems. I don't know if that's the case, but
But Sean, this is why I alluded to The Harder They Fall. What can Ricky Hatton do in his life other than box?
Well, he's got a promoter's license right now, so he's trying to do that. But I heard that they might suspend that because of the recent controversy.
Floyd Mayweather, what's going on with Floyd? He seems like he's fighting everybody except Manny Pacquiao.
That's what it seems like. Yeah, of course, he had the recent internet rants about Pacquiao and how he used defamatory language with racial slurs and ethnic slurs and homophobic slurs, and then he went on back on the same internet thing and recanted and apologized, but people aren't really accepting his apology. Then after that, he gets arrested for allegedly alleged domestic abuse with his girlfriend, the mother of 3 of his children. That's, he's out on bail right now, and I guess the trial will come later. But at the same time, this woman, the woman that accused him, had already accused him in the past, in 2005, for the same offense, domestic abuse. And yet she went on the stand in court and claimed that she lied about it.
Right.
So really, I mean, whether it's true this time or not, it's hard, for her credibility.
Sean, all I know is it's anything but boxing here. Let's talk about boxing now, or maybe the lack of it again with the Super 6.
Right.
What's going on?
Oh, a lot of problems. It's a great concept and it's a great tournament. Unfortunately, when you have so many fighters and so many promoters trying to come together for one tournament, you're gonna have a lot of problems, which now we have.
Well, let's see something here. We have Dirrell Ward, September 25th, no place to be known. We don't even know if they're training for it.
Right.
We have Abraham Frock was postponed, and Kessler retired or is out of the tournament, and Alan Green is in limbo land. What's the panacea?
Okay, well, yes. Andre Dirrell and Andre Ward, they're supposed to have a fight September 25th. However, even to this day, there's no venue. The fighters are still not even in serious training, so there's no way that fight's happening September 25th. Right. So, and there's no talk about when the next date will be. However, Showtime has gone to each of their individual promoters and said, if you don't put this fight on, we're going to sue you. So hopefully that'll happen.
So it seems like we're more in the courts rather than the boxing ring.
Yes, and
in everything.
Well, with Frock and Abraham, that's going to be a great fight when it happens. Right now it's postponed. There's no new date yet, but it's postponed because of Frock's back injury. And the other fight, Kessler and Alan Green, Kessler pulled out of the tournament completely because of an eye injury that he had sustained some time back and had been lingering. And his doctors say he can't fight for another 9 months. So he's out of the tournament, and he'll come back later on.
Okay, I'm scratching my head a little bit because is there any tournament left? Number one. Let's talk about a hot division, the featherweights. We recently Gamboa beat Salido, almost stopped him in the last round. There's Gamboa, there's Chris John, there's Juan Manuel Lopez, who's fighting Marquez. Coming down the stretch, who's a favorite in this?
Right, well, Gamboa unified the titles with Orlando Salido, the WBA and IBF, and he's now the super WBA champion because of the whole unified business. And you think, well, wasn't Chris John the super WBA champion? Well, the WBA explained recently that Chris John's camp came to them and told them that that John would be out of the ring for a while because of an injury. Therefore, he's now called the champion in recess. Okay. And so he's out for a little while, and you have Gamboa with the 2 titles. Now, you still have Celestino Caballero, who I believe he's scheduled to fight on an HBO triple header on November 27th. What opponent? Still, that remains to be seen. Mm-hmm. He's had a lot of problems getting opponents because he's such a tall, lanky, dangerous power puncher kind of fighter that he's becoming like a dark horse.
Like again, it seems like it's more outside the ring than inside. I should bunch these guys up. I'm all fighting a month. No, it's not going to happen.
Right. Well, and you mentioned Juan Manuel Lopez and Rafael Marquez. That fight was supposed to be in September. It got postponed because of an injury. Mm-hmm. And now it's November 6th. Okay. That's going to be a great fight. I think it's going to be one of the best fights of the year. They're both action fighters. And whatever you want to say about Marquez being out of the ring and being old and shop-worn, he's still going to be able to put up a good fight against Juan Manuel Lopez, who has shown vulnerabilities in the past. Just like Gamboa, who's been knocked down 5 times in 20 fights. Mm-hmm. So Top Rank, what they want to do eventually is have their fighters, Gamboa and Juan Manuel Lopez, should he win against Marquez, fight each other. And that's going to be an even greater fight. But we got featherweights. We have a lot of action to look forward to.
Any other action down the stretch in November and December?
Oh, of course. A week after Juanma and Marquez, down in Texas, back at Cowboy Stadium, Manny Pacquiao is fighting Margarito, and that fight's controversial for obvious reasons, with Margarito and the hand wrap controversy. Right. And this is his second fight since being suspended by the California Commission, and there's going to be a lot of protests because of that, which we've seen so far. But it's going to be an action-packed fight. I'm picking Pacquiao. I think Pacquiao, he loves fighters to come forward at him, and that's exactly what Margarito's going to do. 2
weeks later, what a fight that intrigues me is Juan Manuel Marquez-Katsidis. Michael Katsidis and Andre Berto's on that card. To me, that's even a bigger show than the Pacquiao card.
Right. That's the HBO triple header, November 27th, which Caballero is going to be on the show, along with DiBella's Andre Berto for his WBC welterweight title. Again, who against who we don't know yet, but Marquez and Katsidis is a great action fight too. For the lightweight title. Katsidis is Marquez's mandatory.
That's a great fight. That's the one I'm looking forward to. For Sean Sullivan, Boxing Digest, I'm Jay Monte, TruFan Boxing. Be there in the square. Take care.
Want more? Go to inasectv.com to connect with the world of sports. Real-time updates, blog postings, and all the action you can handle in a sec. inasectv.com, connecting you to the world of sports.